Hey, welcome to part 16. At part 16 we're gonna start working on our flyaway hairs. You can see the difference quite big. I do think I want to get rid of these here because I want them to kind of go this direction. I think we can just take this one and twist it like this, maybe. I think we're gonna need to use a different card for this one. Let's check. Yeah, it doesn't work. Let's get rid of these two. Let's mirror this stuff. I just want to have some variation in the length here. I think that looks better. I think we can do the same here, just to make it a little bit thicker. Nah, not necessarily thicker, but like a little bit less transparent. Right now we have a lot of transparency here. I think I'm gonna leave some open areas there though, so we can create a little bit of variation. Maybe not open areas, but just kind of vary the lengths. Let's take a quick look at the difference. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit nice. Let's give this one some divisions so we can have some flow. Yeah, that's just a little bit more full. I think that looks better. Go ahead and blend this in a little bit. I think with this cut it's gonna blend a little bit nicer. Yeah, that's nice. You can see the difference right here and here. Go ahead and mirror all this stuff. So let's do a quick comparison in Photoshop, because I think this lay is pretty important as well. See, it's like a good angle. It's only 200 triangles. Let's zoom in a little bit. And I think you can tell how much this stuff adds. Now it looks a lot more nice. And if anything we want to see a little bit more of the scalp or less, we can just go to this card and just make it a little bit thinner or thicker, or add some more hairs. So you want to make sure that this one's not shared with other stuff of the hair, so we keep that control. Yeah, that really helps to just kind of blend the hairs nicely into the head. And remember, if you're doing an actual character, not just a pretty render, make sure to kind of preview it with a material like this, right? So we can see how the skin comes through. So we've done quite a lot of work on these details. Now let's get to actually modeling out some of the base. As you can see right now, it's a little boring and not too much is happening. I want to stick more like these to create like some breakup and some negative space. Just go ahead and hide the tail. So base and breakup. Give this a brown color. Let's see, 6, 5. I'm just gonna color code some stuff. I think that's okay for now. Just wanna go ahead and edit this one card a bit. I do not like how it's intersecting there. Let's go ahead and search for like a card that we can break this up a little bit. I think this one and these two. And I think we can go with like a pink color. Let's start off with this one. I think it's the nicest. Let's put this here. Call this break flow. Again, the only purpose of this lay is gonna be to kind of break up that flow to make the hair look more interesting. Because right now I do think it's a little bit boring. As you can see, we're almost like back at the beginning what we were doing this main part. But it's important to first do some of the baby hairs and the tail, so you can look at your hair, how it's all looking together. Now that everything's together, I can like see like this is a little bit boring. We can kind of cover that intersection up there with this card. Let's look. Nothing too much. So one thing, we can just move it out and see the difference. Because sometimes you cannot really notice the card when it's all together. But if you just take a look and compare the two, you can actually see what it's doing. Yeah, now that I'm paying attention to it, you can actually see it's doing quite a lot. I think that works quite nice to break the flow up a bit. I think it's a little bit too thick, the card. Maybe try this one. So we can just transfer the UVs and give it a go. I think that looks a bit better. Yeah, it looks a lot better than the other one. So I'm just gonna mirror this one. I'm just gonna place a few of them. Do not like how it looks here. Let's try this one. I think this one might be worse actually. Why is it so thick looking? Let's delete this. Just gonna take these purple ones. Or the green ones, I think. Nope. Orange. Let's fill. And let's try sticking one of these. That's actually the same one. Does it change? Why do we have two UVs here? clump. You cannot transfer clump cards. Now with this one we can like clump it. So we can create like some gaps in open space there. See if that works. Because I want to break this up, right? This is boring and repetitive. Yeah, you can see that works quite well. It's just gonna give a little bit of variation there. Maybe for this one we can try something a little bit more crazy. Maybe try something like this. It's a little bit too much. I'm just trying to break that repetitiveness up. I think that's okay. You can duplicate some of these thick, thin ones that we made earlier. You can try to kind of break some of that boring pattern. Make it thinner. Those cards aren't working as well as I want them to be. Just gonna look for a different one. Let's duplicate it first though and let's put it here. I think maybe these could bring in some. Yeah, let's try this one. We can leave some empty space here. We can like clump together here. I think that one should help quite a lot actually. By giving breakup. That one should be like right here. Yeah, that one breaks the hair up quite a lot. You can see we have some nice space in between now. So I just want to make sure that I have some of these cards all around. And I want these all to be like hairs that are a little bit more loose and have more space. I'm just gonna use the other texture there to have a little bit of variation. I don't think we need that width here. Let's keep it for now. So I want to make sure that this is really different. Right now this looks exactly like the flow here. I just want to make sure that I really break that repetitive pattern. Just to give this a little bit more topology. Go with like 24. I think we can stick it here. Maybe we can actually try clumping these two together. Yeah, I think that breaks the flow up quite nice. Go ahead and take a look though. I don't like how it's creating this X-like shape. Go ahead and try something else. Maybe like this. I think like that's pretty nice. So just kind of keep messing around with it till you get something that you like. Make sure this is nice though. You can see how this is really breaking up that flow, which is great. See this 7. Go ahead, Heidi. Go. I think we can get away with this one. I make it clump here. Yeah, I think that works. Let's move it down a little bit though. Because these are a little bit thick to be the flyaway. I think we can add one in the middle. Because it's looking pretty boring there. Let's see if we can mess around with that flow. Let's go ahead and use a different texture. Let's try clumping it here. By clumping things together, it's just a nice way to break up flow a little bit. So yeah, that looks a little bit less boring. I think we should move it down a little bit though. It's a bit too much going against flow. Let's get rid of that clump. I think like that. Go ahead and get rid of these. And let's do some in the back as well. Now that we split it up, we can just go here and hide the ponytail as well, which is nice. Do want to make sure that I place these like in the purple stuff, so I don't really break all that depth that we did. I think we have a nice opportunity for a clump here with the blue. I'm not sure about this one. Let's give it a try. I think maybe if we make it a little bit thinner. Yeah, that breaks the flow up a bit, which is good. Make sure these ends are like nicely. I think that works pretty well. Some interesting looking stuff going on now. Now one thing I want to do, we have all these like these spaces in between. Just want to kind of fill that all out with a really transparent texture. So maybe something like this. But first we're gonna need to get the curves. So the way I'm gonna get these curves is I'm gonna create, let's make a cube. Go ahead and split the cube. I'll delete this stuff. It's also deleted here. Now I'm just gonna extrude it out to the ponytail. Something like that. Now hit the 3 key. Just gonna smooth it out. Page down to go 1 down in subdivisions. And just try to match it as closely as we can. And now convert this. Now we can match these new ones up. And don't move them to the sides. Make sure that we're on world. And I think that's a pretty close match. Can move this one in a little bit. And this doesn't need to be perfect. Now let's go ahead and divide that one more time. Now just hit vertex and go on component and use the soft select to just kind of move it around. And try to get as close as you can to the hair. Basically you want to make a cap of the hair volume. So I think that's pretty close. Now that we have this, let's go ahead and call this hair cap. Let's make a duplicate so we have like a backup. And now over here, select these and let's see. Now go to modify, convert, and polygon edges to curve. Now can hit G to repeat that. And we're just gonna do that for all these here. What we're doing is we're creating nicely even spaced curves. And then we can bind textures to those. Go ahead and hide this. Make a group. First let's do a... Oops. Cannot seem to rebuild those. I think the thing that we need to do first is to delete the history on them. I think now we can rebuild, yep. Just make sure we didn't break our hair. Now we have all these nice curves. So let's just go ahead and bind those. And I wish we had like a button that we had a curve. Then we just click like... Actually, do we? Add card? Hold on. The list of cards. Let me just undo all this. Here we have a curve that we want geometry on. I'm gonna go ahead and hide all this hair. I'm not sure if that works. I think it's just gonna add a card in the middle. Let's see, why is the curve invisible? So, that's pretty nice actually. So let's do it like this. Get rid of these. Now we can select these. Let's hit add card. Let's add these to 12. And some things messed up, of course. I think we gotta do them one by one. I think in the end we could have just better placed a new card and did not do the cube thing. Would be faster. But I'm also still, every time I do hair, I'm trying to improve my workflow with trying new things. I think it's important. So we don't need these anymore. If we move arrow down, we select all the curves and just add them to 12 so they become visible. Actually, this is not the worst workflow. So now we just gotta rotate them to the right angle. Let's go ahead and thin them out. This one looks a little bit weird, right? So something more like that. Give them some profile. But I wish we had just like a button that we could just apply a card to a curve. What's the curve card? Actually, I think maybe with the curve card. Let me try. I'm not sure what's happening to my front view. Oh, my tools. Create curve EP. That's weird. Fine, we'll try that later. But I think if you hit curve card, you actually can convert the curve to have a card, which was exactly what we were looking for. It's okay, we can do it like this as well. I'm doing it like this and not binding them, so I can transfer UVs and all that stuff. Let's do it like this. I want this one to be super smooth. I think we can get away with 24. Now let's give one of them a texture. And let's see which one. Let's give these two a try. I'm just gonna treat this as one texture. That's already looking weird. Those roots are quite odd looking. I almost feel like it's flipped. looks more normal. Just strange. I think maybe we just made a weird card. I just want to be sure. Nah. It's flipped or something. So let's just go ahead and rotate. So usually these are the roots, but I guess now not. Just strange. But that's okay. Actually, let me see how to fix this. So the problem when we did the edge to curve, we didn't have like the right pivot. If we go here and reset the pivot, you can see that they start well. Now for these, they're like on the wrong side. And I think this should be an easy fix by going here in curves and reverse direction. Yeah, now if we reset the pivot, you can see that it's going to the beginning. So if you're doing any stuff and it's weird, just invert the direction. I'm gonna add that right there. Let's orient that again. And now for this one, let's do the UVs. So that's actually a really easy fix. So that's nice. So let's try this. Now let's select the other ones and transfer UVs. I feel like we have one too many here. Yeah, that looks more normal. So this is just another way of generating the curves. I do think I need to like improve my workflow on that a little bit. It's a little bit messy. Yeah, I don't think that will work to use both of them. Nah, it looks horrible. So let's go ahead and use this one. I think that's nice. A little bit longer. I wish if we change the length that it would just only move the last part. Let's thin those tips out. So now we cannot really add anything anymore. Go ahead and bake. But I think we have everything that we need now to do hair. I wish I could just have one more for some specific flyaway, but it's okay. And actually we can make some space, right? We can move this one here and we can mess around with baby hairs again with the UVs. Should have been a little bit more careful there. But I think we don't need like a specific one for the flyaway, so it's okay. But if this was like a head that we were gonna reuse, I'd probably do that. But these textures are just gonna be used for this project. Again, if it's not updating, just select off the curve and select again. This layer is just gonna be used to give everything a little bit of a noisy, soft feeling. A little bit of an arrow there on the texture, but it's okay. Go ahead and transfer. Here we have all our hairs. I think they're too thick now, but can give it a try and see how it looks. Add some taper to all of them though. Maybe some distinct colors. What's a color that we don't really use? Blue. You can see how much that's gonna cover. That's supposed to, as you can see, just gonna fill up some of that empty space that we had earlier. Go ahead and mirror this stuff. Some weird things happening there. Actually, let's not mirror it yet. Is this on 12? So let's call this one 12 fill up. So we can just compare this side to this side and kind of see how much it adds. It's a little bit hard to actually see a difference, but we can see some stuff here. I think it's gonna be one of those that we're gonna need to go on Photoshop and see before and after. So let's take this and mirror. Ah, we flipped them, that's why it was weird. I want to make sure that I change the flow up a little bit here. Yeah. I think this could all use like an extra card here. Go ahead and delete the mirrored side. Just move this a little bit. Do one more here. We're gonna make this a little bit thinner, the texture. Because right now it's a lot. As you can see, it kind of fills up all that space. It's gonna bring some extra detail to our hair, which is nice. Just take a quick look how it looks with this. It should be pretty weird. Actually, that seems nice. Do a comparison. Yeah, you can see some stuff changing there. So yeah, you can see how that just kind of blends everything in together well. So I think that's a pretty nice layer actually. Go ahead and take a look from here. I think it's just a little bit too thick, everything. Just try it like this. Maybe we can get rid of that one. Nope. Maybe we can push it to like 18, because these are pretty high poly. This layer is a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. Now you can see how fine the hair is starting to look. And I think one thing that we can do, we can get this layer. Apogee is matching up pretty well as well. Let's just take this, and you can probably already guess it. At least I hope. And we do randomize. So lock the first and last. And that's way too much. Maybe not the Z. Let's try that. Yeah, nice. Maybe we can do width. think we can do it taper. Maybe a little bit less. Maybe a little bit more actually. And it's great that the undo is working now. Not sure why it wasn't working when we tried it earlier. So maybe like that. Nah. Maybe not taper. Maybe twist. That one's not working. Just do it like this. First let's go ahead and UV controls. And we can split some of the, flip some of the UVs. This just to kind of break up the repetitiveness, right? So a little bit of randomized position and some flipping. Now this layer looks a little bit better. Should probably fix that though. So yeah, it looks a little bit more random. Gonna take one last look before and after. Again, I'm just looking before and after to kind of see, do I want to make the texture thicker, thinner? Is it worth the poly count? So I think it's just right with how it is. I think it fills up the hair nicely. So let's move that one back and export. I think we could move these out a little bit at the roots. A lot of them are not showing. Go ahead and resync. So we get rid of that boring blue color. Maybe we can try twisting them a little bit as well. Some of them. Just to kind of get some flyaway going already. And these will be like, if you were to make LODs, we can have all this one on a separate group here, right? This is just gonna add a little bit of details and blending. So for the next LOD, we could just take fill up and delete all that. And that way we can work our way down LODs. Like it's not necessarily only about decreasing the poly count from the cards, but we can actually delete entire groups. Same for these transition hairs. Like LOD 6, just get rid of them completely. So that's also why you want to have a really nice organized outline. It's not only gonna make making the hair easier, but also when we get further in the pipeline. Oh, like this, okay, I think. You can see that we're starting to get a little bit of fly away. Fly away is basically just making sure that we have some thin hairs covering, because right now, after the flyaways, should be like this. Here's some hairs, maybe some hair. It's gonna make it nice and soft. You can see it well here that we have some flyaway going on. Now I really gotta fix that stuff there at some point. But I think I'm gonna do it at the end with FFD modifier. I think we got some nice breakups in the flow. And we got nice depth. Let's go ahead and mess around with the AO. Like this. I'm just looking at the ponytail mostly now. I think that looks nicest for this area, but for the ponytail not. Maybe like this. Quite dark though now. Let me just undo all that stuff. Let's keep it like this. And let's try changing the color. Give like a brownish color. Let's go ahead and make some flyaway for this part. That's gonna add a lot. So I'm just gonna take everything. Let's hide the hash sheet. Let's make it brown. Let's also make a new save. It's been a while. I have 21. Now that we have so many layers and we have them all the same color, you can really start to tell why we use the different colors. Right now it's impossible to tell what is what. Get a ponytail. I don't know why we have a group there. Go ahead and make this all brown too. And actually this is quite ugly brown. So let's just can open up the editor. We can go to neutral and just change that brown up. Yeah, I think that's a lot nicer to look at. And I made it all brown so I can also easily see the flow. If you remember, we have a hair cap. Nah, let's make a new one. So create polygon cube. No, I just like doing it this way. I'm not really a fan of messing around with curves. I think it's easier to just model it out. Hide the tail. This time let's actually go ahead and take our head. Just make that one magnetic, live surface. Already doing some weird stuff here. Rotate 0. Make sure it's on world. What's happening? Let's do a new one. Cube. And let's make sure to have a hole there. As you can see, it's snapping to the sculpt now, which is great. Now let's smooth that out one time. Now we can hit mesh and conform. That's gonna snap it to this. Now we can open up our modeling toolkit. And where is it? Modeling toolkit. We can go here and we can set alpha. Just smooth it all out so it's nice and even. Got some mess there. Just go ahead and delete that. And we can edit the edge flow a little bit. Clean it up. Mesh conform. Let's do that one more time. But first let's match the flow of the hair. Let's take everything and axis normal. And just move it out. Now I want to make sure that I follow my flow of the hair with my edges. And this doesn't need to be perfect, just if you're kind in the right way, it's okay. Go ahead and take that. And also an iPhone camera. Just making sure it's exactly on the 0. Now let's do a mesh mirror. just change the direction. Make sure everything's merged. I think you can tell we can do one more here. Actually, let's do one more here. Let's edit that edge flow out. I think we can baffle this one. It's not letting us baffle. Now let's edit all this edge flow. And editing edge flow just averages the space out. I think everything's pretty evenly spaced now. Edit the edges a little bit to follow the direction a little better. Now let's just some stuff going on there. Now let's smooth it out one more time. Now mesh, conform. And I'll take this one and make it live first. Now conform. That's just gonna match everything up. Let's disable that. Now again, just move our things out. And for this one, it's a little bit less important to match the hair. Like we can be pretty far off by some cases. The thing that I mostly care about is trying to follow the flow nicely. So what we can do is we can soft select and just rotate that stuff. Can follow that flow. You could do this with curves as well. Just follow the flow and place them. But again, I prefer to move polys than to move curve points. I think it's horrible. But it's whatever you prefer. I think it's also good to show you that we can generate curves in different ways. If you're really crazy, you could even do the curves with XGen for this point. But I think that's making things way too complicated, where they shouldn't be complicated. But it's an option that you have. So now that it's pretty okay, the flow. Now let's save this as a hair cap. Let's get those curves. Let me see if we can do multiple ones and click here, the edge to curve. Yeah, great. Just select all of them. Actually, let's make this. Come to here. Again, my mouse a little messed up, so sometimes I click wrong. Just bear with me. So let's do edge to curve. Let's see if the history, yeah, that works great. We don't gotta worry about anything now. Now we have a bunch of curves that follow our flow pretty nicely. Let's come in and just make some small adjustments. And again, you don't need to follow this workflow of getting geometry and generating curves of that. Just do whatever you like. Because I do encourage you to not just copy my workflow one-on-one. Just take the parts that you like from my workflow and use that. The parts that you don't like, don't use it. Because there's so many ways to get this done. Once you've done it a few times, you're gonna find your own workflow. Let's go ahead and rebuild these. And that won't do. Let's go ahead and delete the history on them. And now we should be able to. Yep. Just make sure nothing broke. Yep. I'm gonna get all these curves. I'm just gonna make a backup float curves so we can use them for multiple things, right? Because this is nice to have, like the flow of a hair and curves. Go ahead and move this out a little. See what's up with this one. I don't want to delete anything. I'm always afraid if I delete something, everything will break. We'll do like a final cleanup at the end of our scene. But that's gonna be like a whole new save. Some floating stuff happening there as well. I think it's okay. I don't think we can really notice in Mom's set. Yeah, it blends in well. Because we have hairline cards there. We do gotta fix this. This looks ridiculous. Probably gonna delete those and generate some stuff there. So I'm gonna duplicate these and hide these. Now let's try this thing where we hit curve guard. Oh, amazing. That's great. So let's select all and do curve guard. Yeah, it's amazing. Now let's group those. Group them. Select all. Move down one to select all the curves. Let's add them to 13. Let's change the width. There's actually a new feature. We can take this and orient to normals. Select target mesh. So let's do face. Select target. Now orient to normals. You can see it's trying to orient that right. So just select all and orient. It doesn't do a perfect job, but can mess around with this a little bit and see if we can get it better. So I think that's close enough. Doesn't need to be perfect. Now we can come in with hand and just adjust it a little bit. But I think it's a nice little feature that they added. Let's add profile. Go ahead and fill this. I think we lost one. That's a great little feature actually. Don't really use it normally, but I should. So now let's get our hash sheet. And let's just choose a texture for our flyaway. This should be a nice thin texture. I think I'm gonna go with this one and that one. Let's start with this one. Just select all these and transfer. Let's make all these flyaways white. And you can see we have all these hairs now. The way we make them fly away, we gotta orient them. So they're like perpendicular against the camera. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this by hand. We're also gonna add twisting to them. I want this one to work from like this angle. Let's do the same for this one. These are all pretty similar, so we can just select all of them and twist them. I think that's the best way we can orient them. You can see we have these nice hairs now. And I wish we had an option so we could push these cards out. Because right now, half of these polys are just going inside, right? Kind of a waste. Just go ahead and do that. Maybe width. I wish we could just push them out. I think that's looking pretty nice. Go ahead and give that a try. Let's call this fly, and it's on layer 13. You can see the ID here, right? If it's not showing up enough, just kind of push it. So the thing that I'm really missing right now is some twisting. Just twist off them a bit. I don't think it's worth a poly count to add that. I think we should randomize this as well, like the points. But let's first give this a look. That one's really boring. Yeah, you can see all that nice detail now, which is great. We're really breaking up the silhouette here a lot. Go ahead and check the poly count for these. 10k, that's not bad. Let's see if we can push it down. I think we can get it down to 16. Now we have way less poly count. Let's go ahead and rebuild these things. Some strange things here and there. Now let's try randomizing this. So randomize. Just lock the first and the last one. And nothing is happening at all. Gotta make sure that we select those. Let's just do a little bit. You can see now it's a little bit randomized. That's nice. Now one thing that I want to do is add some more heavy flyaways to this. This just to give it some break up the silhouette, right? Like from here it's all broken. This hair sheet, let's take a look. I think this could be a nice one for that. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. Yeah, actually, let's go ahead and delete this. Let's reset the pivot. Let's duplicate this one. Now just move it out. Select the group, move it out. Let's group this and call this 14 fly hands. Actually, that's all rotated wrong. Hold on, let me fix that. Oh, that's annoying. Let's first fix this one, reverse. Just orient it. Go ahead and hide the topology by Alt 2. Just reset the pivot. Let's see which ones are wrong. Of course, we do gotta reset the pivot afterwards. I think these are all gonna be wrong. So that one's actually right. So I think that should be all. Yeah, that all looks fine now. Let's check our textures, what happened. So Alt 2. See the rotation messed up. Let's do a new export and check it out. Yeah, that's all looking fine. I do think we're lacking some flyaway here. Let's unhide stuff. A lot of soft select and just make sure we have some stuff happening here. We can make these clump together as well if we want to. Yeah, I think that's better. Now we got some stuff happening there. This one seems to be doing weird stuff. Go ahead and try to randomize these a little bit more as well. This time let's unlock the last CV. I think this looks weird, right? We got this one bump and one bump here. Go ahead and unhide our baby hairs, hairline. Let's make sure that this aligns a little bit better. I think here's okay now. Here we still got some weird stuff. With weird stuff, I mean like a weird alignment of those bumps. I think that's pretty good. Better make a new layer. Layer from selected. Call them baby. Yes. Layer. Just put them to reference so we cannot select them. I think that's a big mistake. I think like that's nice. Maybe that one's a little bit extreme. This one I think. Nah, it's okay. Let's just leave it. Now over here we have this flyway, if you remember. Reset the pivot. Go ahead and hide. This baby has those. For the baby hairs, now we gotta hide them over here. What are those curves that we're seeing? Transition has 11. Let's get a new texture. Let's go with this one. Actually, let's not do it that way. Let's get our curved cards again. Those are not rotated right though. Let's hide those. take all these. Let's go ahead and select all this. Let's make a new save. Do an add card. And that's horrible. Go ahead and undo that. Hold on, I cannot see anything. Alt 2, Alt 1. So let's just use float curves. See, can we reset the pivot on this? I think we can. Yeah, so let's reset the pivot on all. And if the pivot jumps, you know that you're selecting the wrong one. So rotate and reset pivot. Now that's all fine. Now for all these, let's go ahead and make a duplicate. Can get rid of this, I think. Yep. Let's call this fly away big. Let's add card. No, curve card. Let's orient them all to the normal again. Man, that's such a nice little feature. Now for this one, let's put the width to 2. Lower the poly count to like 12. Let's lower the width by quite a lot. Go ahead and fill those. Let's check the poly count. That's really low, nice. Now we're gonna add a fill to all. Please do a good job. Nope. Just go one by one. No. Weird. You can see how nice this fill feature is. Just wish it worked a little bit better with selecting multiple ones. But it's okay, it's not too much of a problem to do it one by one. Let's just orient these all. Let's see, let's go with yellow.